Hello guys, welcome to another episode, welcome to another video. In this video I want to talk about a vision that the Lord gave to me, very strange one, and I just want to put this on record. It's so important for us to understand what is going on behind the scenes in terms of, in the spirit side of things. And I saw in a dream, right? I saw myself in an aircraft, like an air travel vehicle, right? It's not, I cannot call it a chopper, a helicopter, or a plane, but it looked like something in between, and most of the things that I'm seeing in my dreams today, like in my dreams, are things that only you can only see in movies, right? Because this vehicle that I saw looked like something out of Avatar, right? One of those vehicles that those guys use in Avatar, with low flying, but flying, nonetheless. So I saw myself in a flying vehicle like that, and I was going to a place, right? And most of the time when I'm in this state, I have a guide, someone telling me things, that I do not, explaining things to me. So while I was in the aircraft, I saw that it was like a battle going on, and everything. So as I was in the aircraft, I looked, out of the aircraft, and I saw this massive aeroplane, massive. And I was like, whoa. And on the aeroplane, there was a word there, Sagna, Sagna. Sagna was written on the plane. And I was looking, I was like, what the hell is, what is Sagna and all that? And this plane was so massive, right? And I was wondering, what could this airline be carrying? Because the airline was carrying something precious, right? And I saw a lot of fighter jets around the airline. They were surrounded, like they were flanking it, just like the way you would see fighter jets flank the Air Force One, the U.S. president's plane, if he was flying through a hostile territory. So I saw fighter jets flanking this airplane. They were guarding it because the airplane was carrying something precious. And when I asked, right, I was told that the airplane is carrying a warhead. It's carrying a warhead. And they said it is called Rosberg missiles. Rosberg. And I've never heard this before. Rosberg missiles. I was told that that particular missile, whether it was a technology or whether it was a missile itself, was being delivered to a country. And in that country, in that particular vision, I felt like it was the United Kingdom. I was told that it was being delivered to a nation that had ordered it. Basically, a nation had ordered that missile, and the missile was being delivered to that nation. And it was very huge. It was very huge. It was very huge. And I'm going to explain something about this delivery, the concept of delivering, very soon. So while I was flying, I saw something mysterious, right? After seeing that the airline and everything, I then looked at another direction. I saw something mysterious, right? I saw a cloud from heaven. It looked like a cloud. It had a cloudy, the cloud, the way clouds. I saw something like a cloud from heaven, and it touched down on the earth. It touched down on the ground, right? Now it was very fascinating because it looked like the way a tornado or a hurricane would touch down from up to the ground. That's what it looked like. So, but this was just in a cloud format. It was just cloud all the way, like a spiral cloud all the way down, right? And so I came down of I came close to it. I went close to it to look at what this was like. What kind of cloud is this that's coming down from heaven into this place, right? Into this location that I was in. And when I got close to it, I saw a ladder on it, right? There was a ladder and there was electricity around the ladder going up. Like you could see the electricity current everywhere going up. And, and I saw the ladder. It was like a lot of troops were about to be deployed from up down to this place, this place where this battle was going on, because there was a battle going on in this area. There was a lot of troops were about to be deployed. So they had thrown their ladder down, right? You know the way the U.S. Marine would want to deploy their men into a conflict zone. They will come with their Apache helicopters, and then they would throw down the ladder, and then the Marines would drop down and everything. So that's what I saw. But this one was like nothing we've ever seen before. The ladder itself had inscriptions of the regiment of the people that are about to come down. So they had various inscriptions. You know the way, in the United States, you will see the 88 Airborne, they have their inscription. You will see the Navy, the Team SEAL 6, all of them have different inscription. they have their different badges, depending on the regiment or the, whatever you belong to. So I kept seeing different forms of inscription on the ladder, looking like the people that are about to come down are from these regiments. They are from this, battalion or from this regiment. And so, that happened. And then, I'm just trying to read from my notes. Yeah. Yeah, so they're about to come down into this battlefield. This was a battlefield, like I said, and everything. So let me explain some of the concept that I've talked about. The first thing that I talked about was the delivery of a weapon, right? Like I saw that big plane trying to deliver a weapon to somebody that had ordered it. And they were guarding. We had a lot of fighter jet guarding the aeroplane, right? And on the aeroplane, I saw the word Sagna, right? And this battlefield looked like the battlefield between, in my understanding, it looked like the battlefield between heaven and earth. Remember, I don't know how it is structured, but between heaven and earth, there is a battlefield, right? That things have to go through. And this area or this plane is where the angel that was taking the answer to Daniel was captured, right? So you have a battlefield between the heaven and the earth. And when people think about this area, right, and this is where a lot of believers lose their blessings, is this battlefield between the heaven and the earth, where you could pray for something. And remember, the Lord told us in the Bible, it's not about us praying, right? Because when you pray, the Lord has answered. He has answered. Now, the issue that a lot of believers face on the earth today is the ability to receive what they have prayed for, right? Because your answer from heaven has to go through this place, this battle plane. And the book of Daniel help us to understand this area very well, that angels from God are actually captured in this area. They can be captured in this area, right? So when I saw that aeroplane about to deliver something, because I was told that the Rosberg missile, and this could be, we know that tangible things are not delivered from heaven to earth. So it could be the technology, it could be the idea that is about to be delivered to somebody on earth, right? The idea for a missile, a kind of missile technology idea is about to be delivered to somebody on earth. But he had to go through this battle plane. And I saw that there were a lot of fighter jets guarding this idea, right, as it's being delivered. Do you get? And I think I have to do another video on this particular topic, because the Lord made me understand this is where a lot of the blessings for believers are lost. This battlefield, right? A lot of things we pray for, a lot of things we pray for are answered, but on their way to you, it is stolen. And I think I need to dedicate a video to this particular topic. But let me continue about the dream. So that is one aspect of the dream. The second aspect is where I saw the ladder that came down from heaven to this battlefield. And what I understood about this ladder was this was the same ladder Jacob saw in his dream. Jacob was on his way to his uncle Laban. The Bible says he laid down somewhere and he put his head on a stone. And when he slept, he saw the Lord in the cloud. And there was a ladder from heaven touching to the earth. And on that ladder, Jacob said there were angels ascending and descending. Right? Angels ascending and descending. So, this ladder that I saw in my dream was actually that ladder that Jacob saw. So you need to understand that a lot of people depict the ladder that Jacob saw as a stair, like a stairwell or a staircase. No, that was not it. The ladder Jacob saw, right, was actually like the ones we see in the U.S. Marine, the U.S. helicopters, where when the U.S. comes to drop troops, they throw down a rope, right? I think the U.S. they use a rope most time, right? But that's how the ladder looks like. It looks like two ropes, then with the ladder things there. Two ropes coming down, but with the ladder things there. I think the U.S. Marine, they'll just use one rope and then the guys will just slide down with the rope. But it is actually, the one I saw was actually two ropes and then with the ladder thing in there. That was what Jacob also saw, right? But this one had electricity going through it. Do you get? He had electricity. And what I understood was that because that ladder has dropped into that battlefield, there were angels from heaven that was coming into that battlefield, right? Because I saw their regiments, and these are the things you need to understand, that in heaven, angels belong to different battalions, they belong to different regiments, right? And overseeing those angels is what we call the Lord of the host of the heaven armies. It is actually an army, right? So every concept we see on earth is actually derived from somewhere. So if you come on earth and you see an army, they are always divided into battalions, into companies, into regiments, into various things. That is how the armies in heaven are also divided, right? And these armies, they actually have, what people do, they actually have special operation angels in heaven as well, where they might just send only 3 to do a massive damage to the camp of enemy. They have infiltrators in heaven. They have different types of armies. They have snipers. They have max. I mean, I've seen a lot, and I'm going to talk about a lot, as we move forward. But everything we see as a concept on earth is not abstract. It's not human imagination. Do you get? These things exist somewhere else. Do you get what I'm saying? This thing exists somewhere else. So when I saw that ladder, I understood that this was the same ladder Jacob saw. This was the same ladder Jacob saw, and it's important for us to understand this as well. Do you get? As we move forward, I'm gonna have to close this thing. Let me pause this. Sorry about that. So it's important for us to understand this concept, and to, have this at the back of our minds. Do you get? So I just thought I'd bring this information to you. In a different video, I'm going to share more about this battlefield between the heaven and the earth, between heaven and earth, and just to give you more understanding of what this looks like. Yeah, but I saw that ladder, and it made me understand that a lot of angels were being deployed into that battlefield. The moment you see that ladder, and the ladder, like I said, if you notice in the book of Genesis, Jacob said the ladder was in the cloud. And in a different video, I'm going to explain to you about the cloud, because not every cloud is cloud. Do you get? I'm going to explain to you the concept about the cloud. One of the transport vehicles is actually the cloud. So not every cloud is a cloud. Do you get? So because when Jacob saw that ladder, the ladder was in the cloud. So there was a craft inside the cloud that was dropping those angels and picking them back up. So because Jacob said angels were ascending and descending from this ladder, so there was something in the cloud. There was a craft. There was a craft in that cloud, a spacecraft or whatever. I'm just going to use that word, space, abstract here. There was a craft in that cloud that was picking up angels and dropping them down on the earth, right? And so I explained the concept of the cloud in a different video. So when I saw that particular thing, when you see that ladder anywhere, you know that there's about to be a deployment of angels, into that particular scenario, into that particular area. So when I saw that, I knew that, angels were about to be deployed. So that battlefield, there was a lot going on. There were different types of battle going on. People were here fighting for something else. People were here fighting for something else. People were here fighting. Just different battles going on in this plane. Just battles everywhere. But the one that was noticeable was that plane. So in the next, what I want to say is that we might see in the future a new missile technology will be developed. And this is what people don't understand. When you hear of all these inventions, when you hear of all these things coming out, you just think that these things are creation of men. No, some of these technologies are delivered spiritually to human beings, right? So what we may see at some point is a new missile technology that, because the way it was guarded, I was made to understand that this thing is precious, right? It was being guarded so that it will be delivered to the nation. I was told that that technology, that missile, was being delivered to the nation that ordered it. So you can see that people are ordering things from the spirit realm, like Amazon, right? People are ordering things from the realm of the spirit into our atmosphere, into our earth. So this is the concept that a lot of people do not understand. So it was being delivered to the nation that ordered it. So when you hear in the next, when you hear very soon that, there's a new missile technology has been created. You just think that, BEA system, I mean BAE systems, in the UK, or which other weapon manufacturer, Lockheed Martin, or General Dynamics, or all these companies. You just think they just come up with this thing abstract. Most of those technologies are delivered to them. So, guys, I just thought I'd bring this to your, understanding, give you more perspective on some of these things. But if you like videos like this, remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.